Hello, if you like this video please rate, comment, share and subscribe. If you dislike it please tell me why so I can improve. And I'm going to show you today how to make hummus. Right, first of all the limiting step is going to be the chickpeas. Now I have already soaked and boiled these so they are soft. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but whatever stuff is in here that's going to have to be what it is. 311 grams of that. Okay, so that's what is going to decide how much of everything else I'm going to put in. So, I'm going to use the juice of, I think, 2 lemons. That's going to make it rather unlemony. So actually I think I'll use the juice of 3 lemons. Make it more lemony. Right. Now, the thing is to put the wet stuff in before the drier stuff, because if you put the wet stuff in first, it's going to enable the other stuff to sort of move around in liquid, and it won't be a problem trying to get it all to mix together. The biggest problem, of course, is with the chickpeas. And to do the chickpeas, you have to make sure it's all floating around nicely inside. Obviously this is a source of flavonoids and a small quantity of vitamin C, although not as much as there might be, and also citric acid, which is quite alkalinising for the internal environment. So that's all good stuff. So there it is. Bung that in like that. Next one along is in this case sunflower oil. Ideally it should be olive oil, but I never have enough money to buy olive oil, so I shall measure out something like 100 ml of sunflower oil, maybe. Nice and runny. Okay, stick that in there. So that's the next lot. Next is various dollops of tahini, which is pulped sesame seeds. Not toasted sesame seeds, proper untampered with sesame seeds. So let's give it, say, 5 of that. This is going to be high in calcium, also in essential fatty acids, so all stuff you're going to need. And there it is. And the next bit to do is to crush the garlic, which I'm going to do. I'm going to get 4 cloves of garlic today, and of course the reason I'm doing this is to reduce my platelet aggregation because of the estrogen, and so I'm going to put a whole shed load of garlic into this in order to deal with the problem. Otherwise there's a higher risk of thrombosis and other stuff going on, although garlic is just good stuff anyway, brilliant stuff. So I'll just get that sorted. I'm going to use my garlic press, stick it all in. Now this, obviously there is an electronic process going on here, electrical process, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you can actually do the whole thing with a masher if you really want. You end up with rather coarse hummus, but you do end up with hummus, so that's quite nice. But unfortunately I'm using nasty high grade electrical energy to make this stuff, which is rather unfortunate. Right, so a whole shed load of garlic, because for me that's the main reason I'm doing it, although I suppose the tahini will also have the benefit of being quite omega-3, omega-6y, and therefore getting the signals between my endocrine organs and so on around quite nicely. Right, now for a bit of a whiz. So here's my trusty food processor. Give it a bit of a whiz. Stick a bit of chickpeas in. Give it another bit of a whiz. Stick some more of this in. Right. Give it a bit of a stir. Because it ought to have gone further than that. I don't really understand what's doing. Maybe I should have looked at quantities. But of course I didn't. It worked very well last time. I've got a here's one I prepared earlier thing I can do if you really want. Okay, right, so do that. See what we get. Stir it a bit. Right. squeeze a bit more lemon in there, I think. Nice and lemony. Just directly in. Right. Show you that it can be done, because at the moment it looks like that, which is not what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to show you what the nice hummus looks like that I made earlier. Here's the nice hummus that I made earlier, where I actually followed the recipe properly, and I will put the quantities up at the end because I think I've got something wrong quantity wise. So it can be done. It's not being done at the moment. Oh, actually it's not too bad. Going to stick a few more, the rest of them in. Give that a bit of a stir. Now, one thing I wanted to say about this was that although hummus is a family resemblance type dip, because you can replace basically every ingredient in it and still have hummus. For example, you could replace the chickpeas with kidney beans, you could replace the tahini with peanut butter, you could replace the garlic with ramsons, and you could replace the lemon juice with lime juice or orange juice. And so you can obviously replace the oil with other stuff. So all the way through you can replace stuff and still have hummus, which is quite interesting and a good illustration of what a family resemblance definition is. So it's actually working out slightly better than I thought it was going to, which is nice. I'm not quite sure what's happened to it, but I think it's still usable on pittas or whatever, or with pasta. So I'm going to put it in this bowl, I think. You can see what it looks like. It's not ideal, very gloopy, but it is hummus. And just to show you that it is in fact edible, I'm going to take a spoonful of it, like this. Watch my expression. It's actually okay. You have to take my word for that. I'm not a very good actor, as you've probably seen from the other videos. So, yeah, it's great. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow.